This is Packers Nation HQ, and today I want to break down exactly what this moment means for the Green Bay Packers, because the headlines right now are loud, the grades are harsh, and some people around the league are already trying to write the story of the Packers 2025 draft class as if it's some kind of failure. And before we get deep into it, if you love real Packers talk like this, the kind that actually respects the history, the strategy, and the future of this franchise, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and drop a comment below to support the Packers community, because the conversation around Green Bay is always bigger than one hot take. Now, let's get into the news. NFL.com's Chad Reuter gave the Packers an A- right after the 2025 draft. 6 teams graded higher, meaning Green Bay was widely seen as one of the stronger draft hauls in the league. Fast forward to the end of the season, and suddenly NFL.com's Gennaro Felice hits the Packers with a D+, the worst grade in the entire class. From my perspective, that swing tells you more about how the media consumes rookies than it does about how the Packers build football teams. Because in Green Bay, the draft has never been about instant gratification. This isn't a franchise that operates like a desperate expansion team. This is a community-owned organization, playing on the Frozen Tundra of Lambeau Field, carrying a 13-time World Championship legacy that stretches back through Bart Starr, Lombardi time, Brett Favre's gunslinger era, and Reggie White changing the entire culture of the defense. The Packers don't draft for September headlines, they draft for January football. So when people say the 2025 draft class was the worst in the NFL, my first reaction is, okay, worst by what definition? Because if the definition is how many rookies started immediately, then sure, maybe it looks underwhelming. But if the definition is, did Green Bay find pieces that will matter in year 2, year 3, year 4, then the conversation completely changes. Let's start with the first-round pick, Matthew Golden. For years, Packers fans screamed for the franchise to take a wide receiver in round 1, and in 2025, they finally did it. Outside Lambeau Field, the crowd erupted when Mark Murphy announced the name. It felt like a moment, a new chapter. And yet, the rookie season didn't become the instant superstar breakout some people wanted. Played 14 games, started 5. In that stretch early in the year, weeks 3 through week 7, he caught 16 of 19 passes for 233 yards. That's real efficiency. That's real promise. Then injuries hit. Shoulder, wrist, the grind of an NFL season. And when Christian Watson and Jaden Reed returned, Golden's role naturally shrank. Adam Stenavich basically admitted it. The Packers leaned on the veterans because playoff football isn't a developmental lab. But here's what I saw when I watched Golden. I saw a player with NFL hands, a player who, even as a rookie, posted a 72.5% catch rate, third best among rookies with 20-plus targets. That matters. He finished 9th among rookies in receptions, 8th in yards. Not spectacular, but far from a bust. And then, when the moment got real, in the playoff game at Chicago, Golden delivered his best performance. 4 catches, 84 yards, his first career touchdown, 42 yards after the catch, 3 missed tackles forced. That's the kind of flash that tells you the story isn't finished. An anonymous NFC North scout reportedly put it like this: Golden isn't a finished product, but the movement skills and ball tracking are already there. Green Bay's patient approach might end up being the best thing for him. That's the Packers way. And speaking of the Packers way, patience is also how you judge the rest of this class. Second-round lineman Anthony Belton didn't start immediately. He spent camp at tackle, then mid-season slid inside at guard, and suddenly he's starting the final 6 games plus the playoff game. Offensive line development is never instant. Never. The wide zone blocking system Matt LaFleur runs demands footwork, timing, leverage. It's not just be big and push. Belton showed promise, and if you're a Packers fan, you know the offensive line pipeline is sacred in Green Bay. From Chad Clifton to David Bakhtiari, from Corey Lindsey to Zach Tom, the Packers build up front. Belton could be next. Now third-rounder Savion Williams. The stat line is small: 10 catches, 78 yards, a touchdown, 11 carries, 37 yards, 1 fumble. But his role was manufactured touches, gadget plays, kickoff returns. In my opinion, the Packers didn't draft him to be a finished receiver. They drafted him to be a chess piece. And that ties directly into LaFleur's offense, the illusion of complexity. Everything looks the same pre-snap. Wide zone action, motion, condensed formations, and then suddenly the ball is going somewhere else. Jayden Reed thrives in that system because of versatility. Reed isn't just a slot guy. He's motion, jet sweeps, intermediate routes, red zone separation. And what I see when I watch Jordan Love is a quarterback growing into that layered structure. Love's progression is the true heartbeat of Green Bay right now, because if Love is ascending, everything changes. Josh Jacobs was brought in to stabilize the run game, to bring that downhill presence that complements the wide zone foundation. You can't sit in too high all day when Jacobs is pounding out 5 yards a carry. That opens play action, that opens Reed, that opens Watson, that will open Golden. So when people grade a rookie class purely by rookie starts, they miss the ecosystem. Now, the real criticism comes from the back half of the draft. Day 3 picks barely contributed. Colin Oliver played 1 game due to injury, Micah Robinson didn't make the roster, John Williams missed the season with a back injury, Baron Sorrell and Warren Brinson combined for 2 starts. That's where the dud narrative comes from, and I get it. But here's the truth Packers fans understand better than anyone. Draft classes are judged in years, not months. Look at 2022. That class was graded a C- after year 1. Quay Walker ejected twice, Devontae Wyatt invisible, Sean Ryan suspended, only Watson and Dobbs flashed. And now, that class logged 5,346 snaps this season. Zach Tom became a cornerstone. Rasheed Walker developed into a starter. Kingsley Anibare contributed. Those players are earning contracts, earning real NFL value. So when people panic about 2025, I just shake my head. A Packers shareholder since the 1960s supposedly said it best. I've seen Lombardi, I've seen Starr, I've seen Favre. The Packers don't build overnight. They build winners over time. That's the DNA. And remember, this is a franchise that measures itself against the Bears, the Lions, the entire NFC North. Chicago will always be the rival. Detroit is rising. Minnesota is always lurking. The Packers can't afford to draft emotionally. They draft strategically. Hall of Fame analyst Pat McPherson even framed it like this: Green Bay's rookie class didn't explode statistically, but the infrastructure is there. If Golden becomes a true weapon, if Belton locks down the interior, this class won't be remembered as the worst. It'll be remembered as the foundation. That's the key word, foundation. Because right now, the Packers are entering the Jordan Love era fully. The red zone efficiency improved year over year, climbing from around 52% to nearly 60%. The offense became more explosive down the stretch. Love's touchdown to interception ratio tightened. Jacobs added balance. Reed emerged as a matchup nightmare. And when you have that core, rookie impact becomes less urgent. The Packers aren't rebuilding, they're reloading. So yes, the 2025 draft class didn't produce 11 rookies starting all 17 games. But the Packers don't need that. The Packers need players who will be ready when it matters most, under the Lambeau lights, in the snow, with the Lambeau leap waiting in the end zone, with Lombardi time echoing through the franchise history. That's what this is about. And I'll leave you with this. Draft grades are snapshots. The Packers are a movie. And this story, with Golden, with Belton, with Love, with Jacobs, with Reed, it's still being written. Packers Station HQ will be right here guiding you through every chapter.